What if I was to tell you there was a political movement to keep Muslims in a low vibrational state? None of this actually happened by accident. It was a political project that pushed a fear based Islam and made whole generations less open, less loving. And that move made people stay small and angry and sort of more in a low vibrational state. And it was built by power and dynasties, not by actual prophecy. So, how it worked back in the day, Islam was truly, truly alive. It had art, it had science, music, poetry, and Muslims believed that beauty was worship. Now, the biggest teachers back in the days weren't just people that were just rule makers, they were also poets and mystics. Now, someone like Ibn Arabi was considered Sheikh al Akbar. Now, if you ever watched episodes of, I think, Ertugrul, you will see Ibn Arabi always referenced in there. Now, many of his books they reshaped how people talk about the heart, and where he believed that the heart is more than just an organ, it's a direct mirror to Allah. Now, when the heart is polished, you start literally to see Allah's light and you start to see everyone as interconnected. Now, many modern scholars still call him one of Islam's deepest thinkers. Now, you also have other people like Maulana Rumi, where his Masnawi was treated like spiritual gold and people would quote it next to religious text. And it shows how central the language of love in Islam actually was. Now, eventually, you had the politics that showed up. Now, in Central Arabia in the 1700s, you have Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab that teamed up with Muhammad ibn Saud. That pact gave a political army a religious mission, and vice versa. The alliance that they both had helped the Saud family expand by force and sometimes declaring other Muslims as non Muslims so they could seize their towns and lands. Now, that is also what we know as current Saudi Arabia. Now, that kind of takfir made it okay to attack and crush local religious lives and destroy shrines and punish many of the Sufi practices and erase the rituals that people loved and was known throughout Islamic history. Now, all of this is state violence. Now, you fast forward to the 20th century and you combine that with oil money, the Arab money. Now, when Saudi's wealth it exploded, the state used billions of dollars to spread that strict and literal style of Islam around the world through the schools, through mosques, scholarships, and books. And many of the teachings of love from Rumi or Ibn Arabi and other teachers were essentially censored. Now, the massive funding by the Arab money it exported a fair first message globally. And you can read this in modern historians about Saudi's influence and the Wahhabi funding as well. And that is why many Muslims are more focused on the aql, which is their brain, rather than cleansing their